Well. What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you this Saturday afternoon from the Mobile Lounge. I know I don't do weekend videos most of the time. I just figured I'd do a quickie. Share a pipe with you. I'm smoking my Fallon Bergen line. It's got that nice cork inlay in it. It's got some beautiful grain. I love the contrast of the stain that it's got. It's like a matte finish. The pipe feels soft in your hand. In it. And in it, some Bob's Chocolate Flake. And the top of the jar said 11/28/22. So it's a year old. Triple rubbed out. Y'all know I haven't never done it on camera, but there's no reason to lie to you. I triple rub out 90% of my flakes. I get them nice and fluffy. So it's like a ribbon cut rubbed out. Just what I like to do. They usually take a fire easier. Stay lit longer. If you're not running your mouth. So I might change up a little bit. And I'm using Fallon pipe cleaners. The blue and white ones. It's usually all I use. I did get a couple packs of Blitz this last go around just to give them another try, see how they are. But I just love these Fallon pipe cleaners. I didn't want to bend it. So, Welch Piper, Mark, he made a comment about doing my cigar talk on Saturday. Call it Stogie Saturday. I kind of like that. So I might do it. I don't know yet. But that would let me participate in Freedom Friday. Instead of having cigar talk on Friday. And it would free up Wednesday. Because if I do Freedom Friday with the rest of the guys, I can't do Weeping Wednesday. And I kind of like the ring to the Freedom Friday. So I think that might be what I do. It's hard to make a schedule for a channel. Especially, you know, when you just do things randomly sometimes. It's hard to have a structure unless you can map it out for like the month. Pick a topic for, you know, every Monday, every Tuesday. But it don't work like that all the time. So, I'll do something else on Wednesdays. Wild Willie Wednesday. I don't know. If nothing else, I just smoke a pipe with you. Maybe even a cigar. It'll just be Wild Card Wednesday. Who knows? But I'm only going to be able to participate in Freedom Friday for just a couple more days because y'all have already seen everything else. I've showed off everything that I own already. But recently I've shown off just a couple but there's a few that I haven't showed yet. And one of those would be my wife's pistol. And I'll use that on a Freedom Friday. And if I keep participating, I'm going to, as CJ says, I'm going to have to go grocery shopping because I'm going to run out of groceries if I keep participating. But anyway, so I got a confession. I did leave the house yesterday, and I told y'all I wasn't. Thursday I said I wasn't going anywhere. Well, we had a vet appointment for the little doggy. He's doing so much better. And afterwards, I told my wife, since our little dog, his name is Zeus. I said, since Zeus is doing so well and all, and he had gained a pound and everything, I was like, let's go out to dinner, my treat. So we went to a new Mexican restaurant that we haven't been to before. El Ranchero. They deserve a little publicity. El Ranchero. So, I like burritos. That's my weakness when it comes to Mexican food. And I like them stuffed with ground beef. And then the other stuff that they can put in there, whatever they put in their burritos, but no rice. I don't do rice. And I don't do steak. I don't do carne asada at Mexican restaurants. So my wife got the steak taco salad. I got the burrito. Made sure that they had ground beef. If they don't have ground beef, I'll get a chicken quesadilla. I can find something when I go. So I told the lady, I said, the waitress, I said, I want to get some of the guacamole dip also. Well, they had two kinds. One that's already made, and then the fresh guacamole dip. I told her, I said, I want the fresh. She came back to the table and said, did you want the already made guacamole or the fresh? I said, I want whatever's on that menu. It said tableside guacamole. That's what I want. She's like, okay. So she left. Here come this little senorita. And she pulled her little cart that she was pushing right up beside our table, our booth. So she's on this side of us. She opens it reaches inside the cart and pulls out an avocado. And if y'all eat avocados, you know how to open one. You take and roll your knife around it and it comes apart. One side will have the seed, the other one doesn't. What I do is I stab it, I take my knife and go like that and turn it, and that pulls the seed out, and then I hit it on the side of the trash can and throw the seed away. Well, she just flipped it out, and anyway, she got that, and she started scooping out with a spoon from the avocado. Then she reached down underneath and grabbed another avocado, and these are good size avocados. So she cut up 2 avocados and put in this big bowl that she had there. In that cart, she had 3 little stainless steel containers with all had a spoon in it. So she pointed to the first one and said jalapeno. My wife don't like jalapeno, so I was like, no. She said the next one, she reached over, she said, tomato? I said, yeah. So she got the spoon out and scooped out like 3 or 4 spoonfuls of diced tomato. And she reached up to the next one and said, cilantro? And I was like, extra. So she put like 5 or 6 spoonfuls of fresh sliced cilantro. Then the next one was white onion, and she said, onion? I said, yeah. So she put like three or four spoonfuls of onion in it, ground up some salt, ground up some pepper, then took that spoon she had poured and started chopping it up and smashing it down and working it all together, stirring it up, and got it all mixed up real good. But before she did that, she reached down underneath and she pulled out a lime. Cut the lime in half, and she had one of those juicers. She squeezed it all over. And I told my wife right there, I said, my wife don't cook. And I told my wife, I said, right there is the secret that people don't realize, that they forget about, is that lime. When it comes, I make fresh guacamole here with a mix that I buy at the store, and then the other vegetables, and pico de gallo. The secret to pico de gallo is the lime that you add to it at the end. It gives it that zest, brings out all the flavors. They just pop. So she mixed it all up with that lime in it and everything, and I took a scoop on a chip, and it was just delicious. My wife was like, oh my. I said, yeah. So she brought our food out, and she brought me a steak burrito, and I could see a piece of steak sticking out, and I was like, I'm sorry, but this is supposed to be ground beef, not steak. And she said, I'll get it changed for you. So she took that one and went off, but I'd ordered a side of the pico de gallo, and it come out in a bowl that was like a coffee cup. And I ordered a side of it. And I've never thought about it before. When I make pico de gallo, I use Roma tomatoes, fresh sliced cilantro, either a red or a white onion. The red is just for a little color with it. And then a bunch, a bunch of cilantro. It's about, the stems are about that much, but it's like flowered. I know y'all have seen it. You've seen the fresh herbs and spices and the produce. I take the whole head of cilantro and chop it all up, put that in there, and then take the juice of a lime, not the squeezed lime, but a fresh lime, and that's what makes the flavors pop. But with their pico de gallo, I could taste the salt in it. And I've never had it where I could taste the salt. And when I took my first bite, I didn't realize it was the salt that I was tasting. And I was like, this stuff is delicious. So I got another bite of this. I can eat cilantro right out of the bowl. I don't need a chip or just to dip it on. I usually put it on top of my burrito or whatever. But as I'm eating it, I'll get a spoonful or a forkful and eat it while I'm eating my burrito. Man, I can taste the salt in it. And the salt, just everything just blended together. And you could just, that salt, they use sea salt. And it was just El Ranchero. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be going back. My wife said, you probably find me here on the way home from work some days grabbing a order of the guacamole dip and a large side of cilantro or pico de gallo, and that way we'll have that with dinner. I said, you give me the pico and that guacamole dip and just give me a bag of chips, tortilla chips, I'm good. I'm good right there just with that. I don't need anything else. So, I'm going to jump. Hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Probably go in here and cook a frozen pizza here shortly. Hope y'all guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for each and every one of y'all's support, returning, coming back, all the new guys that are coming in and liking and commenting and everything. I enjoyed the camaraderie and the interaction with you guys, so keep it up. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday. So remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff 'em and puff 'em.